Ta-da! Well, I'm not stitching that recording back together. So people watching the VOD, you missed nothing. But apparently you now did not like me sending that in 1440p. It's fine. Um then we'll be back with us shortly once the cat stops annoying him, I imagine. Um yeah. Uh this is the first time that we're streaming D&D to you now. Congratulations. We made it. Um how's everybody doing today?
Yo, woo.
There's much less excitement than I was expecting. I see. It's just one of those
Oh,
times.
sorry. Woo! Yeah, party in the house.
Mm, mm. Um. Yes. Um. Pyro, you still around?
Yeah.
Yeah. I see. Okay. Not much energy today, but
Yeah, no, that's why I'm not streaming. I've got a headache and chaos and responding to so many messages.
um,
I have Facebooked Tempart, but
okay. Well, we'll see if they decide to arrive. No matter. To get everyone um up to speed, um, even if you weren't watching Hero on you now, the team, which currently contains a Tiefling Ranger, a Half Dragon Rogue, a Halfling Gunslinger, and an Elf Cleric who's not currently here. The team, uh, a few weeks ago, I guess now. It's only been a few weeks. Arrived here on this new continent that was recently rediscovered after years of being shrouded in mystery and myth. Finally, been rediscovered. I showed up looking for treasure and adventure, and have had some adventure and picked up quite fair bit of treasure. Um, they've already made a few enemies and a few friends along the way, such as their robot friend Joe, um, their dog friend Codswallop, um, among many other party members that show up and so forth and so forth and in and around what happens. But most recently, they had investigated um, an underground ruin left by creators of these grand metallic cities and constructs long since past. Went underground in search of a previous friend, now turned enemy, who had died and come back, and kind of went a little bit evil. Search of him with some other friends. Went down, found him, beat up him and his necromancer friends. Teleports out like a bitch, and then the other friends leave with a hostage. The team searches around for a little bit. It doesn't search the whole place, but they're all a bit wounded and stuff. And they get the hell out of there. Um, Meet some people outside, fight them as well, kick their asses. Go back.
Send them naked into the forest.
Yeah, of course. And most recently, have spent the night in their new abode that they kind of own, which is also rests at the top of a secret subterranean train station that no one has known about except for these guys because have been doing secret things. Um, yeah, so that's pretty much where we leave them. There was a little bit of Malugi about what everyone was doing. Last episode was pretty much the party had split, and I was trying to deal with time dilation between them in two different locations.
That's trying to
Yeah.
you know.
And today, Varys is waiting. That's the halfling gunslinger is waiting in Cowdport, the port city down here, where he is waiting for a blacksmith to show up to re-put the locks back on their new abode, because the first time that they had arrived in this place, Ailey broke the locks on the front door. That's the half dragon rogue, by the way.
No, I'm totally a human.
Yeah, totally a human. Who's got wings and everything. Anyway, yeah, Ferris is there. The rest of the team is up in Hiroga, the capital city for the Eastern Kingdom. Eastern Kingdom. Man, it's hard to get those things around the right way. Yeah, the rest of the team's there. Thrakus and Joe and Codswallop are all waiting out in the train station of Hiroga, and Ailey and their new elven cleric compatriot have left to go and meet with the minister that they are currently kind of friends with, who is a dragon in disguise named Wakelor. Yeah. Currently, they pretty much every member of the party has a 3,000 gold bounty on their heads from the Thieves Guild, so they're being a little bit sneaky.
Mm-hmm.
Hang on a second.
Hang on a second.
Dun dun dun. I made a grenade.
Oh yeah, and last time Varys made a magical
Sorry, I
grenade.
thought he'd caught another mouse, but it was the other cat just doing his random crying that he does.
Fair enough.
He's
Um,
upset.
Oh, I also made my harness too.
Oh yes, you made a harness for your grappling hook. That's right.
I should practice that.
But yeah, no random guy beast's computer did not win. I was just sending 1440p instead of 1080 like a doofus. That's fine. That's fixed now. Yeah. So, I guess we'll start with people who are actually doing stuff. Ailey, and you guys did roll for stealth already. So Ailey and Zofan, our elven cleric, are out and about in the city.
And Ailey is very stealthed, and he is not.
Yeah, but luckily he does not have a 3,000 gold bounty on his head. So that'll
That's why
probably
they're
go much
keeping
better.
distant, away from each other to be subtle with this.
Right, sweet. Alright. You're not having. You're not here. Need it so far as well. Bam. When does pay usually appear? That's a good question. Usually mine's in by now. I think. I usually don't actually check until after stream, so I wouldn't know. Anyway, so what is the plan? You are going to go see Wakelor?
Yep. I've forgotten what it was we were going to tell him.
Well,
We already
he.
sent the message about. Oh, that's right, because we'd already sent the message about things about him. What's his face dying.
Yes.
Really?
Oh,
So
that's
you
right,
sent
he-
you sent him a
About
message.
the house.
Yeah, you sent him a message to say that Willie, the half orc barbarian, had died, or had been defeated after being encapsulated by his demonic curse, and turned into demonic dust, essentially. Yeah. And then he came back to Thrakus, saying that he would like you to come and see him next time you're in town, as he did have the deed for your current abode, and due to the fact that the message was given in a crowded setting, you imagine that it sounded like he had some other things he wanted to talk to you about as well. So,
And we're sending
Yeah.
Ailey.
I'm here for the stuff, but more messages. Ugh.
It's okay. Ailey will make sure she confirms with everyone that there's no way that her and Waco are related.
mm,
Yeah.
For
Yeah,
Waco is
let's-
totally not
sweet.
a dragon.
Okay.
He is a normal person.
Mm,
Okay.
No, Ailey's
Alrighty.
not dumb. She knows not to blow his cover, because then he would never help her become a true dragon.
mm, probably something like that.
Because if there's one thing that will make sure Ailey does the right thing, it's the becoming a dragon.
Mm,
Prosper.
mm.
It's also the one thing that'll make Ailey do the wrong thing.
Mm.
Because that's where that guy
Oftentimes, yeah.
he's like, I'll give you unlimited power, but he never promised to turn her into a real dragon. So
No.
she's not gonna murder her friends. If he was like, I'll make you a real dragon, murder your friends, she'll be like, I'll fucking damn well try.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He missed out on that chance.
Mm, you really
Never
did.
promised that, but he didn't.
It is entertaining hearing you talk about this when I'm the only one in the party who's actually murdered their friend.
Mm. Currently.
Go on.
We'll see how
Try
far.
me, Ailey.
We'll see how long.
Try me.
We'll see how long it is.
Hey, I nearly killed Rillen.
Mm.
True. You made a really good go at it.
You
Tried
sure
my
did
hardest,
try.
but my gun broke.
Mm. Okay. So what is the plan? You're just gonna go straight there. You're sneaking.
Yeah.
You're going around. What? You know.
Well, once she sneaks into the building, she'll be a lot more obvious because.
Well,
she would
so it
presumably
is gonna be
like-
pretty obvious regardless, because you know if you're going in just normally, you have to go through the square. You know,
Yeah.
it is right. It is right here.
And that's where she feels she should be safe to be there because there's guards and stuff outside there.
Right. So you're just gonna come straight through off the main road into the square and then go in. Yeah. That's the plan.
Well, she's gonna try to like subtly go through the square and stay stealth through the square, but you know, the building should be safe. She's not entirely sure about outside, but it'd be pretty questionable anyone trying outside. But also, it's better for Wayclaw if she's not seen entering the building. So she will try to enter the building without being seen.
Okay. Well.
To the point that she would check if there was a way in through the bathroom that she got dressed in at one point. Because she knows that leads straight to the reception, so she can come out of the bathroom and go to the reception. And be like, hello!
Yeah, there were no like doors or anything,
Yeah.
or windows for that matter, that led outside for that. Nary an air duct. So, okay. Well, let's say you get close enough. I'll get you to roll an
And
investigation.
approximately where the bathroom was is where she's standing right now.
No, you're just standing near the
Where?
you're standing close. You're standing. Yeah, you're not entirely out in the open yet. You're not on the main road. You're not next to the square. You're up. You can see the building that the ministers are in.
Tell Sofan to go and wait in the reception. Actually, no, he's an elf. I don't know here.
And we'll let you roll an investigation to
Look
see.
less elf-like and go to reception. and just wait in the waiting area until I can come in. Maybe. Oh, fuck. Would you look around to see if anyone looks suspicious?
Roll a perception.
Yeah. This is why my one in the other group has so much for perception.
Mhm.
Perception, cool.
Yeah, nah. Can't see anybody. Doesn't seem like there's doesn't seem like anybody's watching you at all. No one noticing nothing.
No. Alright. Well,
Do you
guess
want
we just
to?
walk. Come on, not
You're just
young
gonna go.
boy.
Okay. All right. Fair enough.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
Cool.
Casual.
All right. So yeah, just you're still stealthed. Stealthed. As much as one can be.
Yes.
Out in the open, and you walk out into the square, and slick your way into real reception would be.
Yep.
And yeah, so you see the normal reception. Well, one of the normal receptionists there. It's the human one this time. Yeah, with their
I can't remember if that's the one I traumatized or not.
I mean, you've traumatized all of them. Let's be real.
One of them was extra worried about Ailey sitting there, like, cleaning knives in reception.
I mean, I'm sure they've talked, especially considering as soon as you enter, yeah, this receptionist looks up and sees the both of you and just sort of rolls her eyes a little bit.
Yep. Hi. I mean, I
Hello.
presume you know why I'm here.
Yes, go on up.
Yay! Thank you. It's a lovely outfit you've got today.
Thanks. That's what we always wear.
Is it the halfling or the
No, that's the human one. All right. You make your way up and around the back and approach Wayclaw's door. You're knocking. You're going straight in. Knocking.
Knock.
Knock, knock, knock. Come in.
It's me, and I brought us a new friend.
Fantastic. An elf. You brought an elf.
But they're different elves from overseas.
Ah, not one of our elves, I see.
No.
Still probably a problem, but
We tried to be subtle coming in.
I'm sure you did. I'm sure you did.
He kind of sticks out though. His hair's very bright, and he doesn't have a hood.
Well, at least his ears are not as visible under all that hair. Anyway, where's the rest of you?
So, about that, the bounty is pretty high these days.
I have heard, yes.
So, we're kind of all in hiding. Oh, but also
Yeah.
we needed a locksmith to come repair the door. So that Barris is just hanging around there. That's the small one. He's hanging at the residence waiting for the locksmith.
Ah, I see. Well, I guess I better give you these documents then. He reaches behind his desk and pulls out a small tube of parchment that is wrapped up with a nice bow and a wax seal printed on it. He passes it over to you. You now have the deed to that building, to that house above the train station.
We were getting that one. I thought we were getting a different one.
No, that was the house that he was giving to you guys to look after while he
Oh, right. Until it turns into a train station.
Yes.
Thank you very much. Um, did you find out who set the bounty on us yet?
No, no, I haven't. But I do have some information that might lead you to who has done it. Perhaps even, well, I mean, I'm not sure if you're really up for it at this point, considering, but
We're down someone, and we got this new guy.
mm, yes. Well, it's more what I intend is for you to deal more of a blow, not only to this person who is put this bounty on you, but to also deal a large blow to the Thieves Guild in the city as a whole. They have been.
They don't like me here.
No, I don't.
The Thieves Guild back home.
I can't imagine why.
Might be because we killed the boss of one of the ones elsewhere.
Okay. I wasn't aware of that.
The other one that was a demon.
I'm not aware of this act that you've done. Was this over in the Elven Kingdom?
Yeah.
I don't.
Or did we not tell him about the demon?
I think you did tell him about the demon, but he's not.
Not that
Yeah.
he was actually running
Ah,
like
I
this.
see.
It's not like he's, it's not like privy to exactly what the circumstances of that were. Just that you had killed the demon and you got the demon bident and cursed Willie with it.
Oh yeah, where did that go? By the
That
way,
disappeared when he threw it.
disappeared with him.
No, so he didn't have it at the time. Remember, you got
Oh.
him to get rid of it once you found out that he was
That's right.
cursed,
yes.
and then you tried to.
And it just weirdly disappeared.
Yeah.
Stab it, and it disappeared. I tried to stab it.
Yeah, so it was in the burned out church. You guys were trying to do the first set of restoration on him. After you'd just casually tried to stab him a couple of times. And then you got him to put it down. And then when Ailey went to try and stab it with the dagger of Skyrend, it disappeared in the ash.
We should really follow up on that.
One day.
But yeah,
A lot of
it was
things
not with
to
him.
follow up on.
But yeah, anyway, Wakelor is probably just aware that you've done that. He wasn't aware that was the nature of the demon. He does say, I don't imagine that the Thieves Guild, the Elven Thieves Guild, have much to do with our Thieves Guild.
Really?
Yeah,
Back
we were.
home, they subtly connected, because how else are they supposed to know what's going on in different towns?
We were sort of excommunicado with the elves for a very long time. I mean, it would be great to know that there were some
Turns to
guilds.
Zoka, like, what does that word mean?
Yeah, it would be great to know that at least some guild, even an illegal one, was communicating nicely with the elves. But I don't believe that they would be the ones to do it. At the very least, the Thieves Guilds from across the sea have been making some contact with the Thieves Guild here. That's about as much nature he knows of it. But they've been disconnected for a very long time, and the Thieves Guild here have grown fat.
They don't
And-
seem to abide by the normal thieves' rules.
No, they certainly don't. It was not too long ago that the Thieves Guild and the Minister of Merchants were in cahoots. But hence why I am perfectly right with you sort of knowing this information, where I'm not sure if it is their absolute hideout, but it is a location of interest for them on the far end of the city, over by where the Ocean Road meets Butcher's Knot. There is a large warehouse, which has been
You
receiving
want me to
shipments.
explode it? Or burn it down?
I mean, whatever you see fit. I just think that you might want to explore it first. See if
Oh, so this isn't okay. It's not one of those kind of missions.
No.
Oh,
this is a location of interest
it's an
for the Thieves Guild.
espionage.
Yes. That I imagine that you and your
I was gonna
team.
fuck up that word.
Mhm.
I don't know. I was like,
I imagine you and your team would like to investigate that. Perhaps you might find some information as to who put the bounty on you. You may find the leaders of the Thieves Guild. You may find anything there. But they have been receiving shipments recently, and many of them have been going directly to that location.
Actually, espionage would have been a better one for her to say. I was trying to think of ways to screw up espionage.
Espionage.
Espionage?
Espionage. Anyway.
Well, I'll tell the others, but, yeah. Obviously, we won't be able to do anything yet.
Well.
But in a couple of days, when we're all together. Maybe.
Well, anytime. It's not particularly
I might be able
pressing.
to do a stakeout prior.
Well,
but then again, they might recognise me.
Yes, you do tend to stick out a fair bit.
I didn't used to. See, if you turned me into a full dragon, I'd be able to hide as a human like you.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Oh, yes, no. You didn't hear that, Zofan.
Didn't hear what?
Good.
Anyway. Yes. Thanks again for all of your help. I hear that your brother and the other elf brought in a prisoner of sorts as well.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that.
Yes.
Have you seen him? How's he doing?
No, they have also gone into hiding thanks to your bounty.
Oh, they're on it too.
Well, he is frequently mistaken for you, so.
Yeah, we do kind of look alike, but I'm told that happens with twins.
Yes, it does. Anyway, they have also gone into hiding, and I imagine that they are trying to get some information out of their prisoner, and will be probably looking to continue their hunt for your other friend.
Well, I better let the others know what's going on.
Yes, you best.
Is there any other info you have for us?
Not currently.
Alright then. Well, we've got this cleric.
That is good. A healer would be very helpful.
Clerk, damn it.
Mm-hmm.
I've got this cleric.
No, you said it right. You gotta
Yeah.
carry on.
Yeah, like,
You
fuck.
didn't fuck it up.
Yeah, you didn't fuck it up this time.
Very unlike Ailey. God. So he'll at least help us stay alive, hopefully.
Yes,
Maybe.
hopefully.
Alright. I'm trying to remember if she's got any presents. I'm like trying to look some inventory.
Do you have any presents?
Ah, she'll put down the second pot of elven glitter makeup and give it to him. I got this sparkly makeup from the elves. It's so pretty, though it does kind of give you more of an elven-like features.
Yes, I don't imagine that I'd be wanting to wear such a thing right now, but I do appreciate the.
I mean, you could wear it to a party.
Not many people around here are particularly fond of looking like elves right now.
I mean, like a costume party.
Mm.
But, yeah.
Yes.
Hopefully, you'll be able to make more use of it soon. Or
Hopefully.
next time you visit some elves.
We shall see.
Quantity 1. There we go. Right, bye.
Bye. It is a pleasure as always. Yeah.
That's sarcasm.
Yeah, read the layers on that one.
Mhm. Right.
Right, roll stealth again. Make your way back.
Yes, if you are going to stealth your way back.
Just gotten a bit lazier stealthing back.
Well, Sophon is also a little bit better at it today.
Has learnt from the master.
Totally.
Well, we better stick together, so we'll be as stealthy as each other this time.
I mean, he
Bit
just
of
heard that there's
separating.
problems with elves. That's probably
Yes.
why he's being more stealthy.
Yes. You did notice initially that he did like wave his hair a little bit so that it's covering his ears. So he's not entirely obvious as an elf. You know, you'd have to really look at him to check that out. And he's, you know, he seems to be quite adept at stealthing, at being stealthy. So he is he's pretty good at it. And follows your lead quite well as you make your way through the city and back to the train station.
Yay.
Alright. How cautious are you being once you get there?
I mean, cautious because this is the one that's not in a building. It's
Yeah,
an
it sort of
alleyway,
just
right?
just sort of sticks out.
Yeah. So she'll be like, like la 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 la. I'm
Well,
totally not here.
What are you doing to what are you doing to aid in that?
Checking no
cautions.
one's looking.
Okay, roll
And
a
making
perception,
sure
please.
Zophon is checking no one's looking.
Right, Zophon will also look.
So
Alright.
perception.
Yes. Amazing.
Oh, dude, my perception is horrible.
Yes. Well, both you and Zophon give a look around and then nod at each other to say that coast is clear.
Yay.
You open the door to the top of the train station. Make your way back down to the station proper, where Thrakus, Joe, and Codswallop are all waiting it out, having a little chill out by the little fire that you've made.
Yeah.
You know, the usual. Yeah. So it is like middle of the morning. It's gonna be a little while before Varys shows up. You know that he's gonna be waiting there until the afternoon, and then he'll probably be in tomorrow morning, if not tonight, late tonight.
Well, for starters, I would pass on the information.
Okay.
And be like, look, we got the deeds.
Thrakus.
I'm here.
So
Yeah.
you have just had the the information passed on to you about the location of interest of the Thieves Guild, people who have put this bounty out on you and
Go
have
there
made
without Varus?
made multiple times, have made multiple attempts on your life. So,
Exist.
and that you've been told where they might be hiding out.
I mean, I suppose we can kill some cunts. I've done some dumb shit. I'd probably want to kill me too. Can relate.
I mean,
Honestly.
all right.
All harm, all foul, honestly. All harm, all foul.
That's fair. Yeah.
Right now I'm being a little emo tiefling and just mostly staring into the fire and having a crisis about things. So like,
Cool.
yeah, cool. I guess we can kill more people. That's totally all I'm good for.
You and Joe both. So, yeah. So you sort of come
We're
back to an
great
emo fest.
company.
Come back to an emo fest. Of just staring into the fire. Well, you've got several hours to kill. What are you guys doing while you wait for Varys to get back?
I mean, Ailey can go on a stakeout. Well, not a stakeout, but like a reconnaissance. I can't actually say
Reconnaissance. Yeah.
Yeah, reconnaissance. You said it right.
You did say it right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, go find information.
Well, what does that involve? You putting yourself in some sort of disguise? You what are you doing?
Yeah, I'm trying to. Yeah, she's got a disguise kit, doesn't she?
No, she does not.
Ah, I thought she did.
Nope.
Yeah, because that was one of the things that I got like at level 1. I thought.
You got thieves' tools and brewer's supplies as your tools of choice.
Weird. I swear I had disguise kit as well.
I don't believe that you did. I probably would have added that if that was the case.
Yeah.
I will confirm. But you know, I don't think you'd be proficient at it anyway.
No, I'm not proficient.
And you've got makeup and bits and pieces and you are
too early for her to put on her fancy dress though.
items, these tools, brewer's supplies. No. Yeah, you did not. But you've got like common clothes and other things you could put on to kind of help with that. And you've expertly hidden your wings before when they weren't so large. Bind them like you bind your chest sort of deal. And you've got help from Thrakus and Zophan. If you would like to properly disguise yourself, take an hour and really put your work into it.
Yeah.
Okay. Well then roll a deception check at advantage.
Roll a which check?
Deception.
I thought so, but it sounded like you said perception. How do I do?
Just-
roll with advantage.
Okay. Cool. So yeah, so you spend the time, have so fun, and Thrakus help you bind your wings into around your waist and keep you more together, stop you from showing off too much. We put on some of that the elven makeup, particularly in areas where you'd like to hide some scales, particularly as it seems to make them appear more like skin than actual scales, as well as putting on your common clothes, putting up the collar, putting over a hood and stuff to cover your horns, and you would look just like any other townsfolk person that was of a poorer class. So, what's the plan?
Stealth my way in that direction.
Okay. Solo alien mission. What could go wrong? Alright, roll a stealth for me. Cool. Alright, so you're taking the back streets though, yeah? You're not going straight through it?
Yeah, no. Definitely
Okay.
as many side and back roads as possible.
Cool. So you make your way through the town, getting around through Butcher's Knot, and up where Oceans Road meets Butcher's Knot. As you're taking it, slow and steady, give it a few hours. Well, give you like an hour to do that. Thrakus, you doing anything during that period? Thrakus?
Being emo about lack of trees.
Okay.
How
Does that lead you
the trees
into...
never got mad when I accidentally killed them.
I mean, they probably did.
Oh fuck! Oh fuck off the trees! Oh god! Oh.
I mean, you can roll a nature check
I
to
don't
see
know,
if you know that they would, if you want.
Oh, come on! Of course I know.
Yes, you do know.
God. Oh,
All right.
Jesus. I'll still roll it because you asked.
Mhm.
Of course I know.
Yes,
I know.
you very much know.
They
that
literally
trees-
bleed. I know. Oh
Mhm.
god, I'm an awful person. I cause destruction everywhere I go.
Yeah.
I don't even leave insects alone.
Mm.
Oh god.
All right. Well, I will say actually, this will happen before Ailey gets back, but it won't be during the period that she's walking, sneaking there. But it'll definitely happen before you get back. And while you're staring off into the fire, and just thinking real hard about the hell of a couple of weeks that you've had recently, you hear a voice.
Many lives I've taken.
Yeah, you hear a voice.
Oh, I'm reevaluating my entire life.
Yeah. You hear a voice in the back of your head, just slowly creep in. I'm not sure about who it is at first, but then you recognize it shortly. You recognize it once it pulls you out of your state. It's Jamie's voice. Hey, how are you? I have some packages addressed for you and Ailey. I'll keep them safe. You can reply in 25 words or less. And you recognize that you have just been sent a sending spell from Jamie.
Oh my god.
So you know that you can
Hang on.
respond in 25 words or less.
Now I'm having a crisis about which 25 words to use. I ramble. I can't do 25 words on this.
Well, you can just go. You can just count down and see how far you go.
Okay. It's good to hear from you. It's 6.
Mhm.
I killed Demon Willie. It's 10.
Mhm.
We all got a house. It's 15.
Yep.
Fuck, what else?
I should be keeping in you saying these things as well.
No.
Fuck.
Because
What
I have
else?
to think things properly. I don't know how to express things. This is stressing me out.
Well, it doesn't last particularly long, so you
Well,
gotta be.
well, if I used that, then I hit stressing, and it me out just doesn't. There we go.
All right. So that's just all you send.
Yep. It cuts off my last sentence.
All right. We all got a house. Beep 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 beep.
Well, no, no. My last sentence was, fuck. Now I have to repeat myself. I don't know how to express things, and this is stressing.
Okay.
Yep.
Right. Cool. Well, you sort of say that into the ether, knowing that that'll be picked up. Codswallop comes over to you, like rubs against you, like, who are you talking to? And Zofan also looks over at you, and then realizes that you were responding to a sending spell, and just goes back to just chilling. Doesn't know what he's doing. Does not know what's happening at this point. Anyway,
Yeah, he's being chilled the fuck away from me.
Yes, he is. He's staying the fuck away from you. Anyway, meanwhile, Ailey. So, you've come to exactly what was described, a very large warehouse that is basically on the very edge of the city, right behind the mercantile district. It's probably it's late morning, almost midday. You can see some very fresh cart tracks having just come down the road and into this warehouse, as there is a large set of doors. Unlike most of the buildings that you've seen around this place, this one is very much built like a warehouse. It's got a huge opening for two large doors that seem to open into a very large open space. There's a few windows at the top of it around the outside, but none that you could possibly see into from ground level. That's all you see from your hiding spot in an alley across the street. What are you planning on doing as part of your espionage?
I just realized I have been muted physically this whole time. Basically, she'll be wanting to get like a general map of the outside, like how many doors, how many windows, what kind of guards can she see nearby?
Okay.
What spots can like does it look like any houses that we can climb up to and like get to the roof from, or would we have to go in at the ground? Like all of that kind of information.
All right. Well, roll me an
You know,
investigation.
the stuff that they should have done for the bar, which they kind of did, but then it accidentally went from reconnaissance to full on.
Sure did. It sure did.
So
Well, roll me
she's
a.
trying to stay outside for this one. She's trying to avoid going in. And is hoping not to meet people.
Cool. Roll me an investigation check, please.
With her horrible, horrible investigation.
Mm-hmm. Well. All right. Okay.
Oh,
Nice.
oh, finally. She's like, okay.
All
I
right. So
got
you
this.
really,
Do
yeah.
this, everyone. Not gonna fuck this up.
Yeah, you
Come
pull a
on.
magnifying glass out of somewhere. You didn't even have one on you before. It's just appeared in your hand, and you
Like a Sherlock hat.
yeah, and you're very carefully examining the entire area, making very carefully sneaking around the entire outside of the building, slipping in between alleys and stuff, getting a good look around the entire building. You do notice that there are a couple of entrances on multiple sides. So there's the one you saw that
Will we
came in
get a
from the
map
main road.
drawn up from how
Yes,
great
there will
she's
be.
done?
There will be a map once you decide to actually, once you guys are
Yes.
together and ready. Yeah, there's several entrances. So there's the one that you saw when you came in, where it seemed like there's a lot of things coming in, and there's a couple on. There's single door entrances on the far sides of it as well. It seemed like more people entrances, not really expecting much of the way of cargo and stuff coming in. And where there's that sort of blank area that is in between it and the wall, there is a sort of a
Got
fenced off.
anything about the cargo that appears to be going in and out?
You didn't see any cargo that went in while you were investigating. You just
So
saw
no
the
guesses of what's in there.
you
She
saw a
smells
fresh
like gas or something.
you saw fresh tracks that come through. So whatever it was on a heavy laden, very heavy laden
And she
cart.
smells ice nearby.
Yeah, there's from that you know that there's a general smell of spice in the city regardless, especially around the more high end places. This is more of a mercantile sort of area, so you were expecting to kind of smell it anyway, but it does seem like it's more abundant nearby. Yes. But yeah, in that little opening area, there is like a fenced off area that does reach up to the actual gate, along with a little walkway. That you can hear the sounds of men fighting, practicing, sort of like guardsmen or security or something. Just the clanging of metal on metal. People practicing with their weapons. You make your way back around, looking now at the buildings surrounding it and possible vantage points for you guys. A lot of the buildings around are taller than the warehouse. Some about the same height, none are particularly shorter, so you could probably get good vantage points on it.
Well, I could totally glide down there. Like,
Yeah, if you could get up to the top of it, because of the distance, the spacing along most of, so the main entrance that had the carts, that's a pretty wide road. You wouldn't be able to jump from building to building from there, but the other ones are quite a bit smaller, more person traffic, and if you gave it a good jump, at least those of you who have good movement speed could probably leap between onto the warehouse.
There's a grappling hook. But
Yes.
She doesn't know that it's now attached.
No, but yeah. So you're pretty certain that you, Thrykus, and Zofan could easily just leap across, and that you could get Varys across easily enough onto the top of the warehouse. You can't see the sea on top of it from here, so you're not sure if there isn't actually an entrance or something, but it does allow you entrance into that fenced off area if you ran across the top of it, for sure. But otherwise, yeah, there's just a lot of coming and going.
Okay, but
Mhm.
also, can I just AFK for a minute because it's raining so
It
hard
is
and I
raining,
need to
yeah.
go out there.
Yes, that's fair. Anyway, yeah, so you continue your walk around, checking out all these buildings, trying to notice any coming and goings. You don't notice, you very clearly notice that there's no one stationed on the doors outside. You don't see anyone come in or go out at this time, but you can see very clearly in the mud that there recently was a lot of people that entered and exited the building. Lots of trudge marks through the mud. It does seem like whatever sort of delivery they just received, you've sort of just missed. You imagine that due to the nature of the Cowdport Haroga trade, where essentially, things come in the morning. Things come in the morning, or at night because of the 2-day travel window.
Yeah.
So they either come in just as morning comes in from traveling through the night, or they come in late at night. So you could probably stick it out until the next sort of route comes through, which will be late at night, or you can just go with that information you've got right now.
Should definitely want to check out the next lot. It's whether how long she waits.
Well, it's gonna be several hours. It's like midday
So that's
by the
when
time
she'll
you
go
finish
to
your
the nearest
investigation.
bar and just
Drink
leave
until
whatever-
the night.
Yeah, practically. She'll. The whole point of her having the brewing is she knows how to drink and not get drunk. And knows the amount to ply people with. But yeah, and also listen out in case there's any extra information that she might glean from nearby taverns with what might be happening in this area.
Well, roll me another
But
investigation
not
to locate
actively.
a nearby tavern. All right. Yeah, there's one deeper into Butcher's Knot. Yeah, you find your way to it pretty quickly.
Common people right now.
Yeah. So this tavern is more.
She might look like a he right now. I'm not too sure. Well, no, with the elven makeup, probably looks more feminine than usual.
Feminine on the face, but you're well bound, so you're you're probably pretty masculine.
They'll be like, huh?
Yeah.
Dude looks like a lady.
Exactly. But yeah, so the
Sorry,
bar that you
I heard
enter.
that yesterday in a TikTok for one of the indie
Yes.
people.
The bar that you enter is not it's not super. It's not for like super blue collar workers. There's a couple that you see that are like heavy laborers that are pretty bulky.
Does she
Even
look
for
too out of place, or
even
does
for
she look
humans.
right?
No, you probably you certainly look like you've come to the wrong bar for what your work is. But no one particularly eyes you up for that specifically. They're just sort of like,
Yeah.
Okay, why'd you walk all the way over here to get a drink from wherever it is that you probably work, like a farming hand or something like that. But yeah, you walk in, a couple of people turn around as they always do, and then go back to their drinks. What's the plan?
Yeah, she'll just chill, have drinks, listen out in case anyone says anything about spice trade or about the Thieves Guild or just about anything of interest. But
How much
mostly,
you planning on
probably
drinking?
pull out a deck of cards. Is it cards that she has?
Yeah, you have a deck of cards, I think. Anyway, how much are you planning on drinking in the next few hours? Like a couple of bottles of whiskey or something?
She will get at least one bottle of like wine or mead or something.
Okay.
And basically, unless someone comes along that she feels she should ply with extra alcohol, she'll try and make the one bottle last the whole
Okay.
time. But
So
if
it's been
someone comes along with info that she thinks is worth trying to talk to,
alright, so it's been 5 silver for now.
okay.
And then roll me a perception check.
Is that like if I take 1 gold and
Do you
then
not have
I
any silver?
plus 5, I've only got 2 silver
Um,
and 21 copper.
okay. Well, you don't have enough silver for the bottle that you go up
So
in
I
order.
hand over a gold.
So you
and
hand
look
over a
for
gold. Yep.
shoes.
They're very confused, especially considering with what you're wearing. But they give you 50. Sorry, they give you 5 gold change. So 5 silver
5
change.
silver change. Yeah. Okay.
Um,
So that's fine. The next one she can buy with silver.
yeah. And then yeah, roll me a perception to see what you see while you perceive while you're waiting around. All right.
He's
19,
getting slightly
19,
better
19.
at these missions.
Okay. So yeah, so throughout waiting through this, you're just trying to overhear some conversations about Thieves Guild, about this warehouse, about any sort of incomings
Or
or
just
outgoings.
any other general things
Yeah,
too. That
any
might
other
interest the
gossip
group.
that you might interest you. They're talking about
Some ruin to go and look at.
yeah. So the main gossip at the moment is you guys essentially talking about the weird people that have caused such a ruckus around the demon looking one and the winged half dragons that have been walking around.
Would they know that they'd be like, is it a dragon? Is it a would they
well,
know what a half
it's very yeah, they don't specifically name it, but you from the descriptions that they're giving, you know that they're talking about you and your brother. The leathery wings, the hornness, the scales. There's mentions of like kobold things. Someone does bring up that they like the mention of dragon. Now that it's become more of a thing to talk about, that people have, it's infected the vocabulary of people. Considering the things that you guys have faced so far, everyone saw the fucking clockwork dragon that came out of the fucking mountain, so they're all just like, yeah, it's become a thing again. So it's very much what a lot of them are talking about. There's not so much talk about a lot of things, but they all let on that most of them seem to know about this bounty that is very large and is on your guys' heads, and that
they all confused as to why, considering you seem to be helping.
No, so there a lot of them aren't, a lot of them are pretty poor. That sort of money just for one of you would make their lives basically, like 3,000 gold to a laborer would be like
Winning the lotto.
Well, no, it would be like winning strike, like 100,000, $300,000, New Zealand, that is.
So not quite enough for a house.
Well, it would be enough. It would let them go on a nice holiday. They would be able to buy a house in another town. They wouldn't necessarily be able to buy it here in Hiroga, but they'd be able to, take their livelihoods and actually have something to look forward to in life, as opposed to consistently working to pay off debts to the Thieves Guild. But yeah, that's mainly it. But then to think of the fact that there's like 5 people each worth that if they could get more than one of you, then they could live like kings,
Yeah.
and so there's a little bit of discussion going on there, like thinking about which one of you would be easiest to take. They were like, oh, we could take the halfling, no problem.
None of them are like, wait, I heard
Yeah.
something
Yeah,
everywhere.
but
I
it-
would love to see you try.
Kill them
Yeah.
instantly.
Yeah, there's a little bit of that going on, but then discussing about what they've seen in action, like the fact that the halfling's got weapons and is clearly proficient in them, and they're like, damn, we don't want to fuck with anything like that. And then,
One of the guards said that he saw a guy get shot right in the face, right in front of him.
yeah, exactly. So there's a lot of that going around. That is mainly
I heard
the
the
talk.
winged one is a bit ditzy. Might want to get that one.
Yeah, and it's like, oh no, but she breathes fire, or even but and then they're sort of trying to guess between you and your brother as well. Like, no, she breathes acid. Like what? And yeah,
because they're all confused.
exactly.
Keeps cutting her hair. Like what the fuck?
Yeah, so they're all very
Oh,
there.
so
A
quick.
whole lot of rumor going on around you, about that sort of stuff and
They're
about
like, "They've
the
only
things
got
you
1.5
faced.
horns. No, they've got 2 horns.
Yeah. And thinking that like Thrikus actually comes from like the depths of hell and is like a bit full on demon, and that that Willie is like an actual orc, like proper big and green, and like just a whole lot of misinformation,
The usual.
whispers that have gone too far, that have changed entirely in translation. You get the gist, obviously, that a lot of it is about you, and it is very much about the bounty. And yeah, there's a couple of whispers you hear, about how there's recently been a lot of stuff coming into the warehouse, which previously had only usually received spice from the town that you guys had also previously saved from the other clockworks, or they I can't even remember what they were.
They were big lizard things, weren't
Yeah,
they?
they were
eat Willy?
they did eat Willie.
Yeah, they did.
Be here, the clockwork be here, that you
That's-
faced, that were taking up the northern mining town. Yeah. So yeah, and this talks about that, by the fact that shipments have been coming back in again, not only from that town that you guys had rescued, but also from other places that they're not familiar with. The contact with the old world, talking about how there's a whole bunch of new people coming in. Talks of stories that come from across the land, that the magic store has got like wondrous things in there, like potions that can turn you into different things, scrolls of magic. Talking about, it is awash with rumors about a whole bunch of things, especially over the several hours that you spend there. And it does seem like this entire culture has been uprooted by the fact that magic is not just an elven thing. It can be wielded by humans, by there's a whole range of different creatures that a lot of them thought were just myth, and it's all coming to light that there are demons that walk among us. There are dragons. There's fucking just a whole lot of crazy shit out there that they had never thought of in their lifetimes, even the most oldest of them. Yeah. So the main things that catch your ear through a lot of that, particularly on the Perception of 19, is talks of a colony of dwarves, who had previously arrived, who had previously been with the Western, the Eastern Kingdom, when it was first being put together, who had basically gone off on an expedition into the mountains, where the dragon had come from, and had since disappeared. had never been heard from again. And talks about how maybe the dragon was them turning on stuff, digging too deep, all that dwarven misinformation that they like to spiel about, that humans and halflings like to whisper about dwarves. Racism, essentially. Anyway, and then and the fact that there are shipments coming in every morning and night that are big and heavy. Some are very clearly spice, and some are things that no one knows what they are, and that most of the people that in the bar don't work there, and those that do have just been lifting heavy boxes and helping them unload and reload boxes, and that's about it. Cool.
Yep.
Did you want to try and talk to anybody who's worked there, or like try and press them for information?
Would have added extra rumors about how hard it will be to kill any of them.
Okay.
He would have joined in on that and been like,
Right. Well,
I heard that they're like 8 feet tall.
Roll a performance check to see how
Even
well
the
that sticks.
halfling.
Even the halfling's 8 foot tall. All right. Yep. You saw some more information in there about how difficult they are, how they're all like master sorcerers and all that sort of stuff. And that the halfling is like, wearing invulnerable armor and shoots like in,
And also would have
Magic bullets.
tried
Magic
to
bullets.
sew in a kind of like their like Robin Hood kind of thing.
Yeah, that they've been stealing from the rich, and that's why the Thieves Guild want to get rid of them. They've been taking over.
Makes sense to me.
And that's why that's why the Thieves Guild put the bounty out on them, because they're
making them look bad.
taking everything away from them and giving it out to other people. And
All right. Yep. You definitely get a few nods and people like agreeing with the stuff, and you very clearly hear it throughout the night again being retold in a different fashion.
Yeah.
Cool. Well,
this is what her job was before she moved.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Overseas. So she knows how to do this bit.
Exactly. It's perfect. Cool. Well, you spend the rest of the night getting as drunk as you can, from other people's booze, obviously, at this point. If you managed to convince enough of you managed to convince enough of them to supply you with alcohol, that get in good with enough of them and all that sort of stuff. That's sort of your whole deal. Once you're disguised enough, you're in there. And then spend the rest of the time trying to change the rumors a little bit to better suit you. Meanwhile, through the day, now that back down to the bottom of the continent, back in Caldport, we've got Varys waiting out in the house. You spent most of the day putting together a grenade. And setting up bullets and stuff. Just crafting all day.
Yeah, sure. That sounds like a good plan.
I mean, that is what we went over, right? I don't think we...
I thought that was the night before.
Right, yeah, you were right. You were still waiting for... Yes, because you're waiting for the train to come back, and you slept. So, yeah. So you slept through the night, awoke to the train arriving. No, the train... Oh, when did the train leave? Yeah, so the train left like middle of the night last night, and you awoke. Did some breakfasty things.
Absolutely.
Mid morning, almost midday, and the train will have arrived. You probably don't notice it. You're up in the house.
Mm-hmm.
But you expect it to be down there when you get down there later.
Yeah.
So last night you prepared some more bullets and prepared a grenade.
Yes.
Anything else you'd like to do with your time while you wait for the arrival of Cleopatra?
News. I would like to see if I can create a thermite mine of sorts.
Okay. All right. This one's going to be a little bit more intricate. Because you're going to try and
I've
make
got
them.
plenty of time while I wait for this
Yeah,
food.
you're trying to make them. You have to make a mechanism for it to be a trap as opposed to as opposed to a thrown or set off device. So go ahead and roll me a Tinker's check for just that mechanism.
Sweet. Even. Where is it? Where's it sitting? Oh, there. $18.
Cool. Yep. So you fashion a spring-loaded mechanism that would allow you to ignite a small piece of magnesium or something to set off any sort of explosive.
Cool.
All right. So you specifically want it to be a thermite mine.
I feel like I would probably mess around with that as a
Okay.
separate thing, and then from there get the idea to do a thermite mine.
Okay. Yeah. So creating that is not something. Yeah, it's not an easy thing because you're trying to make it sort of an imperceptible sort of thing. You want it to specifically be a trap, right? So you spend quite a bit of time fashioning that, and you throw out a few bad ideas on your way through there, and you do come to what is essentially like a little push pad that you could easily hide underneath something that when pressed would ignite something.
Sweet.
And then you go, I could put this with something.
Absolutely.
So roll me a Tinker's Tools check to see how you put that together.
Same again.
Nice. All right, are we adding anything special to this one, or are we just
No, just
a
a
thermite?
straight up thermite grenade. Not adding some magic to this.
Cool. Thermite mine specifically? Yeah.
Yes.
Cool.
Awesome.
All right, you have yourself a thermite mine.
Great. Yeah, and that'll probably be my day because I'd probably want to do as good a job on that as I can until this person gets here.
Cool. Yep. That only makes it better. Thermite. Just a whole range of different things, and I'll figure out the nature of that later.
Sweet.
Yeah, and you like put a pin in the mechanism to stop it from just accidentally going off in your bag or anything.
Yeah, into the bag of holding it goes.
Yeah, pop it in the bag. Cool. And yeah, just in time for a nice rap at the door. Dunk, dunk, dunk.
I will approach the door and open it.
All right. When you see the half human,
I will try and not open the door too far.
Okay.
To start with, though.
So you open it a little bit, and you see, looking through the slit, you see the half human, halfling visage of Cleopatra. The blacksmith, locksmith that you had met previously, or had seen previously, who has not seen you in your current form.
No, that is true. Yes. They told me to expect you.
Oh, I see. I was expecting I was expecting humans. I didn't
Oh,
see.
my apologies. They have had to go on an urgent trip, so I am looking after the house for them.
No. Okay. Um, I've never seen a halfling like you before.
I have not seen a halfling like you before.
Ah, touche.
Hmm. And he hears in his head, touche.
Whoa. That was weird.
It's you would be more used to it if you had met more of my people.
I see.
Mm.
Well, let me get started on the store then, shall I?
Wonderful. Would you like some help?
Um, no, I think I've got it.
Okay. You mind if I watch?
No, no problem at all.
Wonderful. It's always interesting to see people who are good at their craft in their work.
Yes, I understand.
Just chill
Just
out and watch him.
plump down
Offer
and
him
watch
a cup of tea or something.
Yep, he obliges a cup of tea. You see him take out a series of tools, but like a screwdriver, a jewelry set, but a lot of different shapes and sizes that you're not familiar with. They look like they're custom made specifically for working on this
Yeah.
this ancient
I have
technology.
a proficiency with an artisan's tool, but this guy is an actual artisan.
Yeah, exactly. And it seemed from the looks of his tools, and from what you know, what you've done with repairing Joe, you know that he would probably be way better at doing it, way better at fixing Joe than you have been. As it seems like a lot of these tools fit in a lot of the joints and places that you've seen on Joe that you would, that you were very very carefully doing stuff with and not. Yeah.
I see.
Anyway.
I'd probably bring. So I would find a way of bringing the conversation around to constructs. I think, given the nature of his tools.
Okay. Yeah. So you see him start. Pops the old lock out. And takes a look at it. Yes, quite a lot of damage has been done to this one. Balls
Yes,
in a china shop.
some people got stuck here, I think.
Does seem that way.
Those tools, they seem very specialist.
Yes, they the locks and the constructs around these parts require a very specific set of tools.
Oh, constructs. You work with those?
Not specifically. I haven't had a chance to do with one. But I do know that they
Interesting.
They do have the similar joints and fastenings. All of this ancient relic stuff does. And we are merely trying to replicate.
Fair enough. Would you work on a construct if you had the opportunity to?
Well, yes, of course. I mean, I've seen, disabled ones before. Like, are you saying you have a live construct that
I
would be
might be able
safe?
to gain access to a construct who is don't know how to put this. Who is very human in a way.
Interesting. I would be very interested in seeing such a thing.
I will keep that in mind.
Well, my name's Cleopatra. I don't know if I said that to you.
I did hear, yes, from my friends, the humans.
And who might you be?
You can call me Varys.
Varys. Well, nice to meet you, Varys.
You too.
Well, let me slot this back in, and I'll be done here. And he,
Wonderful.
Pops the brand new lock back into its slot. The grinding of metal on metal as it's not not a perfect replacement. And then he
Fair enough.
quickly fastens the bits and pieces that need to be done. And there you go, good as new.
Wonderful. Yes, I'm not quite sure what I am doing for the next couple of days because everything is up in the air. But I will get back to you on the construct talk.
Nice to hear.
Mm.
Well, let me give you these keys.
Mm-hmm.
6 were requested.
That sounds correct. Yes.
And here you go. Again, 6 identical looking brass keys.
I know that my friends already paid you, but here is another, and I'll just hand him 4 platinum.
You really like doing that, huh?
I just hate seeing like little tiny numbers. I've got 4 platinum. I was like, I can deal with 450 gold. That's okay.
It's 40 gold. Big you
He
handed
can
him.
just have it. Maybe if he likes this enough, he's not gonna knock on me if he ever gets fucking pulled up on bounty shit.
As you put the 4 pieces into his palm, only slightly larger than yours, he just looks down at it, and you see like beads of sweat just start to like form on inside of his palm, as he's just holding it there, and he starts to shake a little bit. Are you sure about this?
Yes. Why? I
Just,
put them into your hand.
It's a larger tip than I've ever received.
You've done good work. I appreciate quality work, and people who don't talk too much about that quality work that they've done. You understand?
Well, thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Thank you, Varys.
No worries. And yeah, consider it less of a tip and more of a payment in advance if anything should come up.
I see. Yes. Well, thank you again. I'll be on my way.
No worries. Have a good day.
And he turns and very slowly walks away.
I stare at him with one eye through the like a crack in the door as he's going.
It's just sort of looking occasionally where he's going, and then back into his hand, and then back up, and then back into his hand, and then back up.
Varys smiles to himself.
Yeah, and then he eventually he reaches the end of the street and eventually pockets the coins, and then walks out of sight.
Perfect. All right. So the lock seems all good.
Yep. Yeah, and you try all the keys out on it. They all look like they will both unlock and lock this door from inside and out.
Great. All right. I gather up my stuff, I guess, and head down to the train, making sure that the door is locked before I leave.
Right. Lock the door, down into the elevator, down through the train station, and there it is, the train.
Wonderful.
You aboard the train and tell the old construct back to Hiroga. Beep boop.
Choo choo.
And then it obliges, and you are on your way.
Great.
To Hiroga.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. So it's gonna be a little bit for you, but you'll get there.
Sweet.
Meanwhile, not meanwhile. Post that. Yeah, middle of the night. We're not quite there yet. Sun has gone down. A lot of the folk who had previously been in the bar during lunchtime and throughout the afternoon have now left, and you've got an entirely different crowd in there, Ailey. But you do know that it is approaching the time where you should probably reset up your stakeout. What's the plan? Ailey? You're muted again.
Pyro.
Ailey, hello. I guess they may have gone away for a little bit. Maybe.
Mm.
Okay. Thrakus, what are you doing?
To exist.
You're just existing there still. You're not like thinking about what you're gonna say the next time you get a message, or
Yeah.
yeah. Or planning on sending your bird or anything like that. Sending you you.
Her name is Fanny Boo the Hoo Hoo. Thank
Yeah.
you very much.
Yeah. Nothing like that.
I mean, I fucked it up so bad the first time. Why would I give that another go?
I see. Fair enough. I mean, you do know that the owl is capable of holding things as well, so that it would be capable of picking up the packages that
Oh,
Jamie has.
100%. But also, I promised Fanny Boo that she'd have a good long rest after the ridiculous day that I gave her.
That's
I'm
fair.
about to send her on a cross-country mission.
Cross continent.
Well, I figured it was the same country. No?
No, it's two separate countries.
Yeah, politics.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, Ailey, have you returned? Pyro? Hello? No.
I messaged them. I didn't get a response.
No. Of course not. Oh dear. They go and give themselves main character syndrome and then they never show up. Well, I guess we take a short break. That is 20 minutes until 10, so probably not much point in doing that.
Mm-hmm. That's fine. How are we all feeling?
They may have had to leave to be sick or something, so.
Or
It is
the
possible.
cats were doing something.
Also possible.
Yeah. Well, Varys, are you doing anything while you're on the train?
How noticeably bumpy is it in here?
It's not particularly bumpy. If you were reading a book or something like that, it wouldn't jostle you enough to catch your attention. If you're doing some very fine work, then you probably have trouble, like sitting in a stone and some jewelry, or trying to screw little tiny screws into something. We have
Or
trouble.
trying to pour gunpowder into casings?
You might lose a little bit of the powder if you get hit by a particularly bumpy
fine.
bit, but
I think
you're not expecting
I'll just make
explosions or
myself-
anything.
Yeah, I'll just make myself some regular rifle bullets if I can.
Okay.
So I've got 12 casings at the moment.
Okay. 12 casings. Okay. Just regular old rifle bullets.
Yeah, not adding anything to it.
Oh.
Just making sure I've got some stuff set up.
Well, go ahead and roll me Tinker's check then, plus.
Nice.
Stuff. Yep. During your travel, you absolutely can fill all 12 of those.
Sweet.
And yeah, you use that 3/4 pouch of gunpowder you got there.
Mm-hmm.
So you
That's
make 2 pouches of gunpowder.
Awesome. How much of my iron rust do I need to remove from a?
Oh, right, for your thermite grenade. That's probably down to half.
Cool.
Fix it too. Cool.
Sweet, and that'll be my time there.
Sweet. Ailey, you back yet? No. Maybe they just died. Just finally, the ligma finally caught up to
Encased in
them.
cats.
Yeah. Finally succumbed to the ligma. Yeah.
Not the ligma variant.
No. Yeah, well, I don't really.
Alright, I'm back.
There we
Oh,
go.
there we go.
Holy shit!
We were waiting for you.
Oh. Is that why you're offline?
We're offline. What?
It was showing as offline for me. Hang on.
Couldn't be
Oh, no,
offline.
there you go. I had to refresh. My internet must have died at some point.
Probably. Anyway, yeah. So Varys has done his things and is on his way back. You've reached.
Yeah, sorry, some important stuff has gone missing. That I was
dear.
trying to find in amongst everything, and yeah, still can't find it.
Well, sucks.
Mm.
Meanwhile,
Well, yeah, I need it in the next like couple of hours
Mm.
so that I'm ready for tomorrow night.
okay. Anyway, Ailey's been chilling in this bar for a few hours. All the people who were in there at lunchtime and around mid-afternoon when you were there have left, and there's new ruckus of people that have joined you. But you do know that it is approaching the time where you should probably get back out and reset up your stakeout if you're planning on catching the next round of incomers. So what is your plan?
Yep.
What?
Yep.
Do I need to go to sneak again? Is that
Well,
that
what are you doing? What is the plan?
Well, if it's time to go out, then it's time to be like, woo.
It's a major lag going on, you say.
Well, maybe it was you then, not me before. Anyway, still.
I mean, I don't know anymore. Did I fix it? Maybe. Yeah, still a little
You
bit.
keep freezing while you're waving.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then you'll randomly like speed up and slow down when you talk.
That's not good.
Or freeze. Also, your text of people going over top is not good.
No, I've just got it big, huge. And now the overall stream volume is incredibly low. What?
My goodness.
I'll check. Hang on, I'll...
Why? Why are you such a problem?
That's a common occurrence.
Well, I don't normally stream the D&D to it, but
No,
Mondays are normally fine.
To me, but I had to have you all the way up.
Lawful Hexblade, nice. I mean, yeah, you do normally have to turn me. You
and
normally do have to turn me all the way up, unfortunately, because OBS likes to like record and stream at a very low volume for some reason, even though it's at maximum. and I don't want to turn my gain up because then you'll just hear all of the shit that goes on in and around my house.
Mhm.
Um, uh, yeah, I don't know what's causing that lag, because that's not that's not what's outputting. Yeah, I mean, I put my bandwidth all the way down. Anyway, I'll try and figure that out before we do next week's one. At the very least, I'm being understood, right?
Mhm.
That's all that's really sufficient. That's all that's really needed right now. Anyway, so you've stealthed. You're on your way out. Yeah, thanks, Corbane. I will try and figure it out. I'm pretty sure it's because I'm downscaling from 1440 to 1080. Because we were having a rainbow effect before when I was doing it straight in 1440. So, which, pride and all that. Cool. So you stake out again. Please roll me an investigation check for seeing what happens.
Let's see how she goes.
Okay. Yep. that looks more about right.
Yep.
All right. So you just stake out
Had
your
a little too much to drink.
maybe. Yeah, you set yourself back up in the alleyway beside the main entrance to the warehouse, and wait for the nighttime run for trade. You do notice that there does seem to have been another. Does seem to have already been a transport in that was probably from the north of spice, because it's it's not traveling on the Cowport trade line, so it's probably spice. There's not really much else to transport from up north, unless they were transporting a big hunk of snow or ice. But they could be. Anyway, you do wait there for long enough to see some transports come in from the south, from Cowport, fully laden carts full of boxes, a couple of carriages that seemed pretty fancy, but seem pretty laden as well. As you can see that the mud really spurt out from them as they come through, probably hiding whatever is particularly in them, as well as some carts that seem like they would hold horses, horses that like for racing or for something like this, something that you wouldn't, you'd put a fancy horse in there that couldn't possibly transport itself across country, but you, as it comes by from your vantage point, you can't see your horse inside, but it does seem like it's got something in it heavy, as it comes by as well. A couple of those come through as amongst the absolute train
Haley's
of
instant thought would be like slave labor.
maps.
People selling.
But yeah, absolute train of carts and stuff come in. You wait outside for a couple of hours. Again, trying to track down if there's any ins and outs going in. You position yourself a little bit better so you can get a bit of a view down the alleyway to the people, the faculty entrances. You do see some people coming in and out of them, mainly burly humans and really strong looking dwarves coming in and out of those. And then a few hours later, the same train of carriages come out of the big entrance. This time entirely unladen. All of the ones that had crates on them completely gone. The fancy looking carriages look like they're light as a feather, not even displacing any mud. And same with the ones that look like they would travel animals or horses inside as well. Yeah, all just making their way. Some turning, going out through the Ocean Road exit. Some going the other way and turning back into Butcher's Knot, seemingly stopping off to pick up more supplies to go back down and make their next round trip. That is pretty much what you get for an 8.
In that case, you'll sneakily head on home and pass the info on to Thoricus, who can plan everything, because Ailey is done. She's like, fuck, I've done all of this today. I need a nap.
Fair enough. All right. So you get there.
Stealth again?
Yeah, I'm just using the same stealth roll.
Yeah.
You're still disguised currently. So make your way sneakily back through the town. Same sort of path, keeping an eye out for anybody that's watching you. And make your way back to the train station, and through the secret entrance, and back down into the train station proper. We find, Thoricus hasn't much left where they were before, sitting, staring into the burning fire that has been refueled from somewhere somehow. And Joe is sitting opposite, seemingly looking longingly into the fire. Calzolip is killed up by Thoricus and the fire. Zofan is sort of off in the corner, half inspecting the layout of the train station, half sort of just not really sure what's going on at the moment. Just really looking for a pay cut, for a paycheck here, and you know that that if Varys got on the train directly after, as soon as Cleopatra was done with the lock, then he'll probably be here early in the morning. So yeah, this is going to be you guys for tonight. Do you want to do anything particular while you wait, or before you take a long rest? Thoricus or Ailey? Nah.
So for me, your thing
I'm
has
good.
stopped again. I don't know if it's just me.
Well, it's still jumpy, but it's not stopped for me.
I'll hit refresh and see if I reconnect again.
That's probably why it's not been going great. But it's fine, I'll figure that out.
Now I'm back.
I will figure out why that is happening. Cool. Well, I guess it's us for tonight.
Oh yeah, it's like fucking 10 o'clock
It
already.
is like 10 o'clock already. You guys, did a little bit of espionage, did a little bit of sneaking around. Someone got a text from the girlfriend.
Ooh.
And someone got some work done. And then next time we will join back up with everybody in the same place, so we're no longer having this party split bullshit going on. And hopefully we'll get some shit done next time. Yeah. Well done, everybody. You made it.
Thanks for the game.
You've survived. You survived another round.
You did really well for some reason.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and somehow you made it.
better than my fucking roles in the other game that I'm now a fucking werewolf.
Oh dear. Anyway, tomorrow, still here on you now. I guess every day is now on you now. Jesus, don't even need to say that. Always, from now on, Fano is on you now. But if you do want to catch VODs of all of the campaign, well, most of the campaign, I think like the first few episodes are not up there because I didn't record them. Enough to get the gist of what's been happening. Then go onto the Fano VODs channel. It's just Far No VODs over on YouTube. And you can check out the entire back catalogue of that, as well as back catalogue of pretty much everything we've done. It's over there. Yeah, but tomorrow, the whole Fano will be streaming. I think No Man's Sky, doing a group stream where we all stream to you now. You can watch every perspective at once. It's crazy. And then Friday and Saturday, Random Guy will be back with more Pokemon and Horizon. What's the second one called? Forbidden West. He's finally onto that, so check that out. Sunday, Beef will be back probably with more Subnautica, I think, or maybe Sea of Thieves, maybe. And then Monday, I'll be back here with more Baldur's Gate. Yeah, we missed that this week, but yeah, we think we've fixed the technical problems with that. So Ailish Pyro should be joining us properly again. Obi, God, there's too many D&D names. And then Tuesday more Beef against Subnautica or Sea of Thieves, and then back here, still you now. Back again, we'll be doing more D&D, figuring out what the party is gonna be doing, and hopefully I figured out why it's jumpy as shit. Yeah,
It'll be a reunion.
it will be finally back together again.
2 whole episodes apart.
Yeah, 2 whole episodes apart, which has only been like a day.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Barely a day.
barely a day for you guys. Anyway, bye bye.
Bye.
Ah.